Make America great again. It sounds pure. It sounds innocent. It sounds right. But what does it take to make your country great again? Or let's just say to make it white again. What does that mean? And we're just now seeing the implications after this young Texas girl unalived herself because she was getting bullied at school because of this same slogan. Now, I'm not blaming the slogan. It's just that the people that allowed this way of thinking have also just made this issue exacerbate to the point where even school pupils now, they're just taking it out on immigrant children. So this is what it means when we say faffle. It's not always funny, guys. This is serious news. And just leave your thoughts down in the comments. Let us have this discussion. But as always, when people warn you to stay away from something, you should always listen. And black people did say that there are going to be consequences. And this is just when we're seeing them. Let's get started and stick around until the end.
Joseline Rojo was a Gainesville middle school student. She took her own life because the kids from her school bullied her. Not because of the way she dressed, the color of her hair. They bullied her because of her immigration status. Her mother says that Joseline was a happy kid. She did not suspect anything was going on. In fact, Joseline was going to the counselor's office twice a week to talk about all the bullying she's been going through. But her mother was never notified. She was in the complete darkness. And school officials in Gainesville, Texas, have some explaining to do. The bullies, they threatened her daily that they would call ICE on her parents. They called her all kinds of names. But most of all, the fear that those kids were going to call the ICE agents on her parents. These bullies every day tortured her because they said they were going to call immigration agents on her parents. Her mother is a single mother. She cleans houses for a living. This is a terrible tragedy for a mother to go through. To lose her child and to not know the torture her child was going through at school, a place where she should be safe, a place where she should be learning. Make no mistake, these bullies, they were not born that way. And they're getting those ideas from their own parents.
I don't even know how to process something like this. She was just a little girl wanting to go to school. Just to be a little girl. She's an innocent person that just wants to go to school and hang out with her friends and have lunch with them and do sports afterwards or activities or study hall, whatever it is she wants to do. She's done nothing wrong to you. But because of what these little boys and girls learned at home from their parents, from their big parents, they picked on her every single day, threatening that they were going to take the people that she loves the most, her mom and dad, who loved her more than life itself, that we're going to call ICE and deport you and separate you from your parents. Every single day. And they did nothing about it, and it was reported. This is what you voted for. This little girl should be here with her family. But because of your bigotry, because of your hatred, because of your ignorance, because of your white supremacy values, she's not. So when I respond to your videos, and I see your videos about how you regret your vote because you lost your SNAP benefits, I'm going to say something I normally don't say. F you. This little girl's not here anymore because of your ignorance, because of your damn selfishness. Because you demonized a group of people and you radicalized a group of people in this country to hate immigrants. Just like 1930s Germany. That's what this is. This little girl did nothing to you. She's not a criminal. She didn't need to be picked on. But little children learn this at home. They learned bigotry and hatred. They're not born that way. They learn it. It's a learned trait from their bigoted parents with their red hats. There is no goddamn reason this little girl shouldn't be here right now at school. But except for your bigotry. Because your little orange guy said, I'm gonna keep America white again. This little girl lost her life.
A sixth grader in Texas took her own life after being bullied. They would tell her that they were going to call ICE on her Latino parents and that she would be left alone, according to her mother. Her name was Joseline Rojo Carranza. She was a sixth grader at Gainesville Intermediate School in Gainesville, Texas. Joseline's mother told Univision that Joseline was bullied for having Hispanic parents and that they would threaten to call ICE on them so she would be left alone. She also claims that she was never made aware about the bullying, but that the school knew that Joseline was being bullied because she would go and report the bullying, that she was made aware until after.
Por sus papás que eran hispanos, de que le iban a hablar a migración para que se llevara a sus papás y que se iba a quedar sola. Entonces, al parecer la escuela estaba al tanto de eso, pero a mí nunca me hicieron saber lo que estaba pasando con mi hija.
The incident occurred on February 3rd, and Joseline spent a few days fighting for her life in the ICU in a Dallas, Texas hospital before she passed away on February 8th. My heart goes out to this precious little girl's family. May she rest in peace, and may there be justice for her.
First of all, my condolences to that woman. Now, I did hear some people are saying parents, some are just saying she's a single woman or a single mom, but I feel so sorry for you, and it's unfortunate, especially if she was the only child in the house. But as always, when people say something, you should better do your research right. Project 2025 was there on the internet. People had access to it freely, but people never really did their research. And elections, for some people, are just a joke. But groceries going high, people getting deported, people losing their jobs, funding getting cut. Those are some of the consequences of doing that. Now we're at the verge where we're seeing even life is being threatened. Now those are some serious implications. Let's just get down to the report and get to hear out what was reported after this happened. So this young girl was actually 11 years old, and she did exactly what you heard in this video, because she was getting bullied and threatened that they were going to call ICE on her family. It's further alleged that children at the Gainesville Intermediate School in Texas told Joseline she would be left alone if her parents were deported. The amount of abuse she was receiving became so much for the youngster that she began to see a counselor multiple times a week. Now, the unfortunate part is she never informed her mom about this. Like, I did hear that the mom wasn't aware that she was getting bullied at school. Now, if she had shared this problem, this could have kind of like brought that issue down. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, look, this is a very serious issue. And if you are having some mental problems, or you're getting some problems with a similar instance at school, at work, it's better you sit down with somebody who's concerned, like a loved one, and you just talk about these issues. These are very alarming times, guys, and being lonely is not the solution. It's claimed that the school was aware of the bullying, but never notified her parents. So unfortunately, her parents were never involved, and this also just caused for us to put so much awareness on our kids and young ones, especially siblings that might be battling with some sort of identity crisis at school. So currently, the mom of this youngster is currently working with investigators to understand why she did what she did, and a GoFundMe page was set up by one of her family members, which described Joseline as a princess in a touching tribute. It reads, "Hello everyone. Unfortunately, the unexpected happened, for good or for some evil. Unfortunately, my princess Joseline Rojo went to enjoy eternal rest." So this was a family member that wrote this, and they created a GoFundMe page. So, and it continues, "This helplessness hurts my soul, and it is not easy for me or for any of her relatives who were present in her life as a child, and knowing that she is no longer with us breaks my heart into pieces. We are doing everything to raise funds to fund her funeral and the expenses. From the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for your prayers and blessings that encourage us to continue. God bless you today and always." So this is the news that's going on right now. But as always, when people tell you something, you better do your research about it, especially if it's coming from a marginalized community, such as the Black community, that has experienced criticism, that has experienced all these forms of harassment, but we've seen them emerge. It hasn't been easy, and that's the reason why they have sat silently and are not involving themselves in any of these conversations. Now, the reason why they are doing that is not to see you suffer. It's just laying low because they tried. They did their part, guys. Personally, I think that Black people shouldn't even be involved in this conversation because of what I have just said. The people that casted the vote are the ones that, for me, I think they should be the ones to be concerned. You know, when it comes to spreading awareness, when it comes to be talking about these things, those people that casted the vote, for me, I think they're the ones that should, feel some of that guilt. So this is it on our side. But what do you think about today's discussion? And just leave your own thoughts down in the comments. Let us know and let us have this conversation. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, FAFO season continues. Be aware, stay alarmed, and stay glued to our channel. Signing off and take care.